Hi guys, welcome to Make 2 and this review of the Parisian Restaurant. This was the 2014 modular building, set number 10243, which comes with a whopping 2,469 pieces and the 5 minifigs you can see along with this little scooter. At $160, it's an amazing parts per piece count, and because like all the other modular buildings, it's not part obviously of any licensed theme, so LEGO can afford to give us that bit more for our money, and also there's lots of small parts which give lots of great intricate detail. So let's take a spin first, and then we'll take a look at all the individual elements. So this building, like the others in the series, comes on 3 floors, but unlike the others, it mixes outside and inside in a really interesting way. First of all, downstairs you have the cafe area, but also as I rotate it around you can see this staircase leading up to the 2nd floor with another outdoor seating area for diners. I really like how they've done this chimney all the way down to the 2nd floor and the top floor, right way up here. Lots of lovely detail with the bricks and little bits up and down. Nicely detailed on the back. And the stairs just flow all the way up, so it flows from the front of the building to the side of the building to the back of the building, all the way to the top. It gives a wonderful flow, which is really nice and really reminiscent of a Parisian strange back street. You're walking down through an alleyway and suddenly you come across this lovely building. Sides aren't too interesting other than for this vast expanse of olive green. You get a huge number of olive green both bricks and plates with the set, which is a real treat. Starting at the 1st floor, the restaurant spills outside onto the sidewalk. You can see a nice overhang with some bushes and these cute little lights. And though you can't see it because it's hidden by putting the tables and chairs in, like other modular buildings, this set spells out a word which is Chez, C-H-E-Z, underneath these chairs, just using a 1x1 plate, which is pretty cute. So that's a nod by the designer, which is really nice. And it says Chez because the name of the restaurant is Chez Albert, and you have this printed piece you can see here. And behind that, they even give you a little menu card. So this awning spreads out again over the sidewalk as a nice welcoming path into the restaurant itself. Going around on the same floor, here are the stairs wrapping up around up to the veranda, which we'll take a look at in a minute. Just to highlight at the back, there's these nice vines and this really cool brick-built trash can, and inside of which, next to this sort of green trash can, you can open it up and you have a whole bunch of bones and leftover plants and berries and stuff. I just think that's a really nice touch. The inside on the 1st floor is split into 2 different parts, the restaurant kitchen and the restaurant itself. So this is it with the veranda on, but as soon as you remove the veranda portion, you get a much clearer look into the kitchen. You can see it has a nice array of kitchen implements, a rolling pin, various knives, some plates piled up which are actually upside down 2x2 dish pieces, pretty clever. A big butcher's sink right in the corner, and you can also see a burner with 2 of the lights on, and next to it a pie that's just been finished. At the other side of the kitchen there's this fridge, all brick built, and you get a couple of pieces of cheese and something of milk, a carton of milk in there, and this door that opens and closes, which is really nice. And in the center there's this island stove where someone has been preparing a turkey. The restaurant has a couple of tables in it, but before we get to the tables, take a look at this. I think this is my favorite thing in the entire building. It's relatively small, but this cabinet just has different elements built up in different ways. Quite a lot of snot built up for the main body of the unit. Some of it's built from the floor, some of it's built into the wall, and these bits on the sides, yeah, they actually come off. You attach them completely separately, and they're all built on their side. I think that's really nice. It looks amazing, and it's just so cool how it's built up. The main restaurant, as I said, has 2 tables. It's got 4 chairs, and in the story, I have not got the minifigures here, but there was a little story of one minifig proposing to the other over a nice little dinner, which I thought was really cute. Both of these tables have lamps on, which I think is a nice touch, and you can see on the wall there's also this picture frame. The curtains here are really well done, again built up by several different pieces, and here I've taken off one of the curtains just to see what happens. Now let's put it back again. Again, really clever build, gives the whole building a sense of luxury and sumptuousness. The final thing to note on this floor is, like with the other modular buildings, this floor is entirely tiled on its floor, so mainly smooth tiles everywhere apart from where you want minifigs to sit or stand. On the second floor, the key feature around the sides and back is this beautiful veranda. You've got space for a couple of chairs and tables, just pretty small, and at the side just a table where the waiter can keep some wine for the guests, or maybe plates that need to be cleared away. There's lampposts that light it up, and they've got these cute little flowers just built on with one of these sort of robot arms to keep it suspended, so that it gives a real good splash of colour. As you work your way around, you can see the staircase going across the whole of the second floor and up to the third floor. So you can see there's actually two doors, one going in and one going out for the second floor. And the one on the right here is just for coming out and looking out at what's going on. Now the front is really pretty. The main feature is this double set of windows. Each of these windows is actually, the main windows are built normal upwards, but the bits on the side, the bits you can see here, the green elements either side of the window, they're built all on their sides and they fit in perfectly. So there's a lot you can learn here about how to build on the side and right way up to actually get some quite large effects coming together. Inside on this floor is an apartment, but it's a nicely decked out little house. It's only pretty small, but they've got almost everything in this one kind of studio style living. There's this bed, which is another highlight for me, because as you build it, you can see it's recessed a little bit in the wall, and you can rotate it upwards so it disappears during the day, so you can make better use of the space. The kitchen's pretty sparse but small, but it has everything you'd want. There's a little table with the obligatory coffee mug, and some drawers and a stove, so I think that's well fitted. A little chair, which is actually nicely built because it swivels round and has this nice arch piece on it, and there's just a tiny table in front, maybe for putting one's feet up or reading magazines. And that's just next to this brick-built fireplace. And I think fireplaces in Lego they're not essential, but they really do give a home a sense of homeliness. So yeah, I really like it. Just a lamp stuck a little bit in the corner, so I'm not quite sure how much light it would give off, but you know, it's good to have a lamp rather than not. In terms of the facade, it really is the top floor that takes the cake for me. It's just got so many beautiful features, with obviously the key draw to the eye, the various complex white elements on the front and that beautifully dark blue undulating roof, just with various pieces of curved slopes, some that curve over a longer distance, some over a shorter distance. So cleverly built how it just snaps in perfectly. None of it's exposed at the bottom, and it's just amazing. Yeah, I don't know how many hours and how many trials it would have taken to get that effect right, but it works incredibly well. One thing that doesn't work so well, and is slightly annoying, is these clamshells. One of them managed to stay on shut, but this one pops open, and no matter what I do, it always pops open after a little amount of time. But ignoring that, this is also another great build. You have these hubcap pieces that you build and then snap on and turn them up to get in the right place. You have croissant in white to add just that extra little bit of detail. In the middle, and there's a plain window, it just still got a nice little arch to it, and it's a slight shame that they couldn't have that bar piece in white as well. I think that would have just completely finished it for me. But I think it's really nice and a good use of offset, how they've subtly offset the window by actually two sets of offsets, so it ends up being one whole stud back, but you get this nice little step effect. Beneath the wonderful white and blue, you have these dark bluish grey feathers that have been stuck in to studs kind of upside down on a strange side. So they all get to stand upright in a nice beautiful row. And you can see here, if you just take off that tile piece at the front, you can get a little bit of a sense of how they were built. Don't forget the chimneys flowing up from those fireplaces. At the back of the top floor, they've got exactly the same style of build, these different undulating bricks in these wonderful navy blue. This time they've even managed to build windows in. So this whole thing is built flat and the windows are put in on their side with clips. Just, again, really cleverly done, must have taken ages. Some pretty little flowers, but this part is how you actually get into it. So you can see it opens up. It opens up and you can get a nice view inside. You can see all you need to see, and this is a painter's studio. It's Paris. There's love in the air with somebody proposing. There's a little studio for somebody to live, and this is the art studio where somebody can work. This picture, I think, is of a landscape. I think you've got green at the bottom, which is for the grass, the blue of the sky, and then the yellow and red, I think, of a sunset. You can see there's the painter's easel down there. There's another picture you get, which is like a spare that you just tuck away in the corner. That is definitely more abstract. There's greens and yellows and reds and blues all over the place, and I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to represent. Just the final touch here is the fireplace, a bit more intricate than the one on the floor immediately below, and it opens up so you can get to see inside, and maybe this is for, I don't think it's an oven for baking clay, for making pottery, but it is still really nice. So that's it for this review of the Lego Parisian Restaurant modular building. It's a wonderful set, really beautiful, and so many cool design elements. I'm a real fan, and I think between the two of us we've made this, I think a total of 4 times now, so I think that tells you something about how much we like it. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Hope you stay tuned because more Lego videos will be coming soon. Thanks for watching.